Thank you for joining Real Tea by Dr. T. Today is part 2 of episode 15, What Jesus Said. And I'm coming from the book of Matthew, chapter 15. I'm going to continue from verse 21. It says, Then Jesus left Galilee and went north to the region of Tyre and Sidon. A Gentile woman who lived there came to him, pleading, Have mercy. She asked the Lord to have mercy on her, son of David, for she said her daughter was possessed by a demon that torments her severely. But Jesus gave her no reply, not even a word. Then his disciples urged him to send her away. Tell her to go away, they said. She is bothering us with all her begging. Then Jesus said to the woman, he told her he was sent only to help God's lost sheep, the people of Israel. But she came and worshipped him, pleading again, asking the Lord to help her. Jesus responded, It isn't right to take food from the children and throw it to the dogs. She replied, That's true, Lord, but even dogs are allowed to eat the scraps that fall beneath their master's table. Dear woman, Jesus said to her, Your faith is great, your request is granted. And her daughter was instantly healed. Let me stop right there. Now, Jesus was not being disrespectful in the sense that we view disrespect. That was actually the culture of where she was associated with, because she was a Gentile. And in that part of the area where she was from, that was the association to her particular culture. So, please be mindful and ask the Lord to give you clarity as you read his word. Moving on, verse 29. It says, Jesus returned to the Sea of Galilee and climbed a hill and sat down. A vast crowd brought to him people who were lame, blind, crippled, those who couldn't speak, and many others. They laid them before Jesus, and he healed them all. The crowd was amazed. Those who hadn't been able to speak were talking. The crippled were made well. The lame were walking, and the blind could see again. And they praised the God of Israel. Then Jesus called his disciples and told them. He said he felt sorry for those people. They had been there with him for like 3 days, and they had nothing left to eat. He didn't want to send them away hungry, or they would faint along the way. The disciples replied, Where would we get enough food here in the wilderness for such a huge crowd? Jesus asked, How much bread do you have? They replied, 7 loaves and a few small fish. So Jesus told all the people to sit down on the ground. Then he took the 7 loaves and the fish, thanked God for them, and broke them into pieces. He gave them to the disciples, who distributed the food to the crowd. They all ate as much as they wanted. Afterwards, the disciples picked up 7 large baskets of leftover food. There were 4,000 men who were fed that day, in addition to all the women and children. Then Jesus sent the people home, and he got into a boat and crossed over to the region of Magadan. Well, I hope these words have found you well. Again, it's so important to ask the Lord to give you clarity and understanding of his words. And until the next time you sit with me, God bless you. Enjoy your tea.